I don't feel like I'm a part of this world. I don't feel connected to it. In a way, I kind of feel like I'm in a video game where I got airdropped in here. Well, even in wider sense, the fact that I didn't go to school, I didn't have a proper introduction to society, I didn't have any friends growing up, I didn't have much socializing. I was, in many ways, airdropped into the world. But in other ways, I also was outside of that, where even if I had gone to society, gone to school, and had all these normal interactions, and been properly introduced into the world and everything going on, and would have been caught up in the idea of like, oh, I want to own a house, and I want to have this, and I want to have that, because that's what everybody wants. I still would have had a lot of issues and disagreements with the world. Or I guess I should say, I still would have had a lot of incongruities. I still wouldn't have fit in very well. Sorry, it took me a bit to find the right word. I'll cut that out of me hemming and hawing. I don't feel like I'm made for this era. I feel like I'm made for an era where I could have been like an artist, and maybe that's 1,000 years from now, maybe it's 1,000 years ago. Maybe it's in ancient Greece, maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. But I feel like I was made for a different world, a different time. And it might be this world if it's a different time, but it's clearly not this time. It's very difficult to live in this world and please me. I have all these fantasies about, like, I just wish I could have a life where I got to tinker on some things, I got to read some stuff, and my day job was I have a little blacksmith shop, and I wake up at like 4 in the morning, I go outside, I fire at my forge, and I start making nails. And I make hundreds of nails. Not millions, hundreds. I don't have an automated machine. I make nails on my anvil, and maybe I'm also researching how to make a solar-powered forge or something. Who knows? But I make these nails, and I take them to the market, and I sell them to the merchant, and I get to visit them and see all the people in the bustling market, and I get to feel part of society, local society. And yet, that's not really how the world works. I don't know if it ever worked like that, but it definitely doesn't work so well now. If you want the world to need whatever you do, you kind of have to sell them on a lie. You have to do kind of marketing. Like, I could make nails on my anvil, but the only people that would buy them would be people that would be like, wow, I like this person because they're trying to be an artisan, kind of thing. Not like they'd actually want these nails because, oh, I just want any nails. Gonna go to the market, see if I can get some nails. Hey, there's some nails here. And granted, I know, like, it's because it's so hard to live in this world. It takes so many resources, and that's why somebody can't live off of just making nails. But I would kind of like a small lifestyle like that. And that's why I feel in many ways I'm just not made for this era or even this world. I'm just not. It's a power because I don't fit. Anything I make is going to be drenched in uniqueness. You can just look at this. I work well for YouTube, at least, whenever I have the motivation to film, like now. But yeah. I feel out of place. And I feel like I've never had my right place. It's unfortunate. And I imagine a lot of other people feel the exact same way. Exact same way. It's so difficult because you have to make a place for yourself here. You aren't just like given, or like, wow, you know what, I'm going to work for this person. Wow, I can make a career out of that. There's no such thing as careers really anymore. Now, granted, I had a career working at Apple and research and development and prototyping and stuff, but it didn't work for me. And so I know that might sound pretty silly, where I don't want a career. I had a career. You can't get a career. I don't know. What I'm saying is kind of complex. And but I do want a lifestyle of being an artisan in a way. Or doing something simple and nice. That'd be nice, I think. I'll probably end up doing something complicated again, though. But what you do isn't necessarily much of your life anyway. And for my fantasies, blacksmithing would be a large part of my life. And then in the evenings, I'd tinker with stuff and mix chemicals together, and kind of like what I did as a kid. And what I would be doing it right now. But I'd be making a bunch of nails, and I'd end up with a huge pile of nails and a bunch of debt. It's unfortunate. And it's hard to find, like, what is useful for people? What can I do with my hands? What can I do for people? It's difficult to find that. Like, I guess I could pull weeds out of the sidewalk. That's why I don't feel like I'm made for this. I don't feel like I'm made for this, this world. Or this era.